Hello and welcome back to Lorfan Anime Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. I'm your host Lorfan. In the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 build video, we're doing the Handmaiden Echani Dark Side version. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 builds like this. Do not forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be updated and much more. Here's the pros and cons of this build. Obviously, because you're using your fists, you're going to free up some lightsabers for the other characters. Also, because using your fist, you're going to do a lot of damage if you know what you're doing for items and such. Another thing as well, you're going to have some offensive force powers that will help you out big time. And one more thing, you can equip any weapons and armor if you want to. I went the robe route. Now, disadvantage as follows: lack of light side powers, lack of buffs. And number two, you're a frontline fighter, so you have to run to your targets. That's about it for the pros and cons of this build. So let's go ahead and start leveling up. This section will cover levels 7 to 10 as a soldier. Yeah, so Handmaiden starts out as a soldier. Let's go ahead and corrupt Handmaiden, shall we? We're at level 7, so for skills, normally I pick awareness, but since it's a dark side build, I'm going to do treat injuries because, yeah, you're not going to have that force heal, most likely. So let's go ahead and pick our feats. This shouldn't be too hard. Now, we're doing duelists for one reason. That's probably the most valid reason is this. With duelists, you get +1 attack, +1 defense when you're, of course, using a weapon in both hands. Well, they count the fist fighting both hands, so that's why we're picking that. So let's go to level 8 next for Handmaiden. So every level's a 4 character level-wise. You get yourself a free attribute point. Yeah, I have to remind everybody that. It's like Christmas. It's like a free gift. So we're going to do Constitution. We're going to pump that to 18 so we can wear all the implants the entire game. That's what we want to do. So let's see here. Let's do treat injury. And there, another feat. Yeah, soldiers get a lot of feats. Same thing as Jedi Guardians. So now we're going to go ahead and do is, there it is, improve duelist. So this does give you +2 attack, +2 defense, and it works for unarmed combat. There's dual wielding up there if you're going that route, but I advise heavily against it. Because the fist fighting, that's much more better damage. I say definitely for this build. That's about it for this level. So now we're at level 9, so let's get the soldier class ready and leveled up, of course. You're corrupting her, which is a very good thing. So let's go ahead and do treat injury. There you go. As for feats itself, let's see here what we could pick. Master Duelist, you get +3 attack, +3 to defense, and it does apply to unarmed combat. For Handmaiden, that is really good. That's more chance to hit. More chance to hit equals more chance to kill. Now we're at level 10. So for Handmaiden, let's get the soldier class leveled up. This is last of the, preteen levels, I call it. So treat injury. There you go. Let's go ahead and do that. And we got enough of that. So we're going to use her to craft some things that does involve treat injury if we direly need to. As for feats, we get unarmed combat. So unarmed combat's this. It adds 3 to 12 damage to your fist fighting. So that's good. You stacked it with the Echani strike. It adds some extra damage. With this build, that extra damage helps out big time. So I decided to do master toughness. This gives you 1 extra vitality per level. The previous one, feat, the first one does that as well. So if you take in at 10, you get about 20 extra vitality points, which is good. Now it's time to level up from level 11 to 20. This last time is a soldier class for this phase. So let's start off with level 11. So let's see here. For skills, we'll do treat injury for the dark side version. There you go. For feats, we do Echani strike 2. Now the first one adds 1 to 4 damage. Fist fighting when you attack with your fists. This one adds 2 to 8 extra damage. Plus, of course, knock back your foes. And it's more of a chance to do so than the other one. And it stacks with unarmed strike. So we're doing Master Power Attack. This gives you +12 damage, however, -3 to your attack rolls. Also, your critical hit multiplier goes up. And, of course, you can knock back your foes as well if they fail a certain saving throw. Very good to use against a whole bunch of weak enemies to take them out with ease. Now, Handmaiden is going to be level 12. Once again, every level's a 4. You get yourself a free attribute point. Something to look forward to. So we're going to go ahead and still resume on the path of Constitution. We're getting that to 18 for all those nice, implants. She's going to wear every single one of them. Treat injury, we'll put that there for skills. Let's go to feats next. Let's see what we're going to go ahead and pick. Flurry. So Flurry is like this. You get extra attack, however, you get penalized -2 to defense and -4 to hit. So The extra attack's nice, we get penalized. However, further down the feat tree, that penalty goes away. You'll see why. And there you go. Now, Handmaiden's going to be level 13 as a soldier, so this is real good. So let's go ahead and do just that. Let's see here. Skills, let's do treat injury. There you go. Now, as for feats, so yeah, you get a lot of feats as a soldier. Improve flurry. So this does is the penalty now is -1 to defense, -2 to attack rolls. However, you can still get that extra attack. And when they all connect, good times roll. That's about it for this level. Now, Handmaid is going to be a level 14 soldier. We're corrupting her much more better. We're almost there, maxing it out for that. So let's see here. Let's go do treat injury. There you go. Unarmed specialist, we're going to get another one of those automatically. So with the next Echani strike, it gets added up. So you get 4 to 16 extra damage now. Add to your fist fight. And if you go into battle, add 2 to 8 extra damage. Master Flurry, no penalties. However, you get the extra attack. So you're all set. This is a very good thing. Now it's an argument between power attack and flurry. Big time. Now, let's go ahead and level up to 15 for the soldier class for Handmaiden. And yeah, she's not happy. I purposely have the dark rose for her. She's cool like that. Let's go ahead and do treat injury. Yep, let's go do that. Another set of feats we get to pick, so this is good. So what we're going to go ahead and do is regenerate vitality points, so in between battles we're hurt. We'll get our regeneration much more better. So it's a good survival thing we have. That's what we want. Now we get to level 16, character level wise, that's every level 4, get yourself a free attribute point. So let's get that soldier up to that level. So we're still going to do his constitution, so now it's at 17, so when we get to 20, it'll be 18 and we will move on to strength. Yeah, fist fighting is better with strength. Treat injury, there you go, so we'll put a point into that. As for feats itself, let's see here. Okay, we're going to do is dual strike. So dual strike on a single target. If you and Handmaiden attack the same target, she gets a +2 bonus to hit. That's great if she uses power attack and negate that penalty, which is -3 to hit. It'll be -1 instead. Good times roll. Great against bosses and tough single targets. Now, Handmaid is going to be level 17 in the soldier class, so we're getting close to level 20. That's where we're going to stop for this class. Echani Strike 3, the last of the Echani Strikes. No more after that. Treat injury to 19, so there you go. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all what else we did get. Okay, there's the Echani Strike. That is 3 to 12 damage there. It gets added to an unarmed strike. It stacks, it says, which is a good thing. So it won't show you the stacking, though, when you look at your equipment. But still, that's why I'm going to show you the point is that. So you're going to get a lot of extra damage, which will help out big time. See, we're already at 12 to 36. As we level up Handmaiden for on, that will definitely go up, up, up. Now we're at level 18 for the soldier class for Handmaiden. That's character level 18 for those of you at home. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, skills. We got treat injury. There you go. As for feats, we get unarmed specialist 5. So that now gives you 5 to 20 extra damage. Now it stacks with the Echani Strike, especially the third one. You'll be much more powerful. So Handmaid gets to knock out foes like crazy. If you know what you're doing, you get to do some good damage. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Improved dual strike, not master, but improved. So improved when you Handmaid attacks the same target, you get a +4 bonus to hit, which is very good. And there's your damage being increased every time you get those unarmed feats. Let's go ahead and move on to the next level. Now we're at level 19 for the soldier class, so we're getting close to 20. So let's go ahead and do just that. As for skills, let's do treat injury. There you go. Now let's go ahead and accept it, and that's it. Now we're at character level 20. Last time we're going to be a soldier, so when we get to 20, we'll even things up. We'll get what we need. So for attributes, we're going to put it into Constitution. That'll be it for Constitution. So we get to wear all the implants, especially the +3 Strength, Dexterity, and Constitution ones. Or anything else important. Treat injury, we put for skills. As for feats itself, now we get his Master Dual Strike. So what that does is +6 bonus to hit if you and Handmaiden attacks the same target. That's what she gets. So she could spam power attack and it'll be dropped down to +3 to hit, but that's alright, and that's about it for this level. Now this section will cover level 21 to 30 as the Jedi Guardian, so after you did all fist fighting training and you get the influence up, that's when you class switch. So let's start with level 21. Treat injury, so let's go ahead and do that. We're still on that path. Let's go to feats. So let's see here what we could get. Well, we'll talk about those briefly. Jedi, we call weapon feats there. There's your deflection ones, very useful later on. There is a actually power we get to deflect, I think, blasters and such. There's your improved force jump. That's with a lightsaber, but we're not using lightsabers, so that's like out. Unfortunately, it would be cool though. Jedi senses, so Handmaiden gets +2 defense when she starts out as a Jedi, and every, I think it was 6 levels, she gets another 2 defense. Regenerate force points. Reason why I picked this feat is simple. So this way, when we go in between battles and such, we recover force points more quickly and such. So if we decide to buff ourselves up or use a lot of dark side powers, yep, well, we recover those. So now we get to select 2 powers. So first of all, we're going to do is this one, Shock. Shock is a single target. Dark side power does 1 to 6 damage every level of your character. Very good stuff. Fear, this is a lockdown power, locks down foes. And if they fail their saving throws, they get locked down. If not, there you go. It's like normal. They get resisted. Also, fear, there's some foes immune to it. So let's go ahead and level up to Jedi Guardian 2, character level 22. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go and do treat injury. There you go. Force sensitive, that's 40 extra force points. Yep, that's what she gets. That's all the Jedi classes get that at 2. It's cool. So let's go ahead and see what we could pick. We get some good choices. So I decided to work on critical strike. So critical strike is like this. So normally you have to roll a 20 on the dice in game in order to do it. You don't see it, but still, when you roll, you get critical hit. With this, you attack with critical strike. It's 19 to 20. You get a critical hit. Now, if your foes don't resist, they get stunned. Easy to sneak attack and such. So I decided to do Force Lightning. This is a arc damage, so all foes in front of you will suffer 1 to 6 damage per character level. And it can be resisted, which is half the damage, but still, it's one of the most powerful dark side powers to go on the offense with. Now we're at character level 23, so we're still in the Jedi Guardian. It's our new path. And by the way, dark side mastery, max influence 1 to 8 extra damage for her, which is good. Treat injury, that's what we're going to do. Now let's see here. Let's pick the feat. So we got some good ones to select from. Oh yeah, there we go. Forgot. Improved critical strike. So the threat roll drops down to 18 to 20. You still get the ability to stun. However, I forgot both of the we call critical strikes feats -5 defense when used. And you get that defense back after it's done for a little bit. Now, Force Storm, it's an AoE force attack. It's 1 to 6 damage per character level. All foes suffer around you when they get hit. Very powerful stuff. OP, in fact. Now we're at character level 24. Every level's a 4. You get yourself a free, you guessed it, attribute point. So we're done with Constitution. Now we're going to Strength. So unarmed strikes, since they count as technically a melee hit, or type of melee, yeah, well, it goes off of Strength. Now let's go ahead and do Treat Injury. There you go for the skills. As our powers. We're going to go do his Horror. So Horror is like Fear, but it's like AoE to lock down foes. Now, if they're locked down, they can't do anything. If they resist, nothing happens. Some folks are actually immune to Horror, so be careful on that. Now, we're at, you guessed it, character level 25. So we're still corrupting Handmaiden as a Jedi Guardian now, or Dark Jedi if you want to go that route. So, treat injury, that's it. Simple as that for the skills. As for feats, yeah, Jedi Guardians get a lot of feats. I'm just saying. Let's do is master critical strike. So threat roll range now is 17 to 20 to get a critical hit. -5 defense to use it for a little bit. However, you get to stun your foes. When they're stunned, someone like Ant can do sneak attack damage, or one of your main characters who has sneak attack can do that as well. It's good. Let's go to powers. So we got the Force Lightning line done. Now we're going to go ahead and do is this. I decided to do Force Suppression early on, so this way we can strip our foes of buffs, about tier 1, tier 2 of them, which is good. Eventually we'll get the other one down the line, which is great. Now we're at character level 26, so we're still in the Jedi Guardian, so this is good. So let's go ahead and get Handmaiden that level. Now we get Unarmed Specialist, so if I remember right, that one is the previous one. We can't get any more until we get to Jedi Guardian 22, but it's all good. Now, Force Breach does is this. It removes all buffs from foes, 1 to 3 tier, all 6 levels of Inspire followers, which is a good thing. This is what you want, so let's go ahead and OK, and there you go. Now we're at character level 27, so we're doing good in the 20s for Handmaiden. And by the way, that's the legit things 30 if you didn't know EXP farming any kind. Skills, treat injury, so we got the melee ones all done, so I'm going to go ahead and do is now focus on, you guessed it. Where is it at? Oh yeah, well, I'm trying to get the conditioning. So improved conditioning is, no, the first one's +1. It gets replaced with this one's +2 bonus to all saving throws. Really good stuff. We'll get those saving throws squeezed in for us. So let's talk about Insanity. So Insanity is a much more powerful version than Horror. It locks down foes much more better. It can be resisted, however, but it's a great lockdown ability. There's a few bosses that actually resist that. So now we get Handmaiden 2, you guessed it, level 28. Every level's a 4 character level wise. You get yourself a free attribute point. Now we're still resuming the strength path. So rest of the time will be all strength. So put your points into that. Put your points into treat injury. You have 30 treat injury, which is very good. You craft almost all the items in the game. Burst of speed, this does is gives you double the movement speed and 2 defense, which is good. Best universal buffing power for yourself. So now Handmaiden's going to be level 29, which is good. Let's go ahead and do that. As for skills, let's see, treat injury. Simple as that. Yeah, soldiers and Jedi Guardians, they don't get much in skill points. Now, Master Conditioning, you get +3 bonus to all saving throws. So replace the other previous 2 ones, but still. +3 saving throws is always good. Now, Night Speed is you get 4 defense, 1 extra attack per round, and you still move very quickly. Again, best universal power to buff yourself up with, which is a good thing. Now, Handmaiden's going to be level 30. Yep, that's right, character level 30. So we're already about to knock out 30 levels. We get Unarmed Strike again. That adds more damage, but it's a previous tier 1, so I'm not going to talk about that until we get to Jedi Guardian 22. And powers, let's make sure this is right. So Master Speed is that's 2 attacks per round, 4 defense, and double the movement speed. Like I said before, one of the best self powers that's universal, no penalties at all. It's great. Pick that, and that's about it for this level. Now, this section will cover level 31 to 40. So if you had restored mod content, 35 is a cap. If you did any EXP tricks, well, you get to 50 this way now. So let's do treat injury. So let's go to feats. Let's see what we pick. So we got all the, I think, saving throws, all the melee feats. So now we're going to go ahead and get this one. Now, Advanced Jedi Defenses give you +3 bonus to all deflection rolls. It works with lightsabers. And, of course, there's a certain feat that allow you actually deflect with your hands. Well, we're going to get that next. Well, that's a lightsaber stance. Always experiment, but we're not using lightsabers. Anyways, here we go. Force deflection. So a foe blasts at you. There's a chance you get to deflect the blaster away from you. Just push it away. This is always automatic. We're going to work on that tree. And it's great for fist fighting builds. Some people use it for range builds as well. Now we're at 32. So every level of 4 character level wise. You get yourself for free. You guessed it, attribute point. Massive Force Jump. We don't use lightsabers for this build, so we'll ignore that. And now that's 17 for our strength. So put your point into strength. As for skill, treat injury. Yeah, very simple for soldiers / guardians. Another lightsaber stance. So let's talk about this one. Force recollection or recorrection. This does is deflects blaster shots back at foes, so they attack you, you throw them back at them. And of course, this is always an effect, and it provides an extra +3 to all deflection rolls. Add that +3 deflection roll we just have, that's +6. So now Handmaiden's going to be level 33. So let's go ahead and do that. So for skills, treat injury. So let's go ahead and pick that there. There you go. And let's see here. Feats. All right. Let's go ahead and check them out. Yeah, always make sure you check over everything. Now, we're going to go ahead and get the other one. Where is that at? Oh, there's empathy. We could do that way. And we could do that. That gives you +1 points to awareness, treat injury, and persuade. In this case, it's just treat injury. We'll get back to the other one in a bit. So we're going to go ahead and pick another power. We're going to do his dark side one, which is I like, is slow. Now, slow does is slow down your foes. They'll slowly come to you. They have -2 to defense, reflex saves, and attack rolls, which is good. This starts the path of the plague line. Plague's the most powerful force power for debuffing foes. We're going to get that for Handmaiden. We'll get everything on that. Hit the OK button. There you go. And that's about it. Now we're at character level 34 for Handmaiden. She's fully corrupt. This is good news. And let's go ahead and do that. Okay, that's the same unarmed specialist. We're not going to talk about that until we get to 42. Now, Force Channel does is regenerate force points out of combat real quickly, which is good. Now, Affliction does slow down your foes. Your foes are poison unless they make a fortitude save. If they are poison, they lose 7 points from physical attributes, which is real good. It's a nice debuff. Now we're at character level 35, so let's go ahead and do just that. Let's see here. Skills, treat injury, that's very simple. So you play in restored mod content, 35 is the cap, by the way, again. So Master Jedi Defense, you get +6 to deflection rolls, add the +3 to the second tier of the force deflection line, which is 9, unless you get precise. Well, actually, a foe who has precise, which shaves off some of that deflection rolls, that's lesser of a penalty, which is a good thing. Now, let's go to powers. So we got the deflection one. So Plague, this is unresistible to effect DC. You have to roll of 100, which is impossible. Now, foes will be poisoned big time. They'll lose 12 points of physical attributes, and they're slowed down. This is a powerful debuff. That's why I did get it for Handmaiden. Now we're at level 36. Every level's a 4. Once again, you get yourself an attribute point. It's like Christmas. It's a free gift. So let's go ahead and do his strength. It's like a free gift once in a while in Neverwinter. That's all I'm going to go ahead and say. As for skills, we'll do his treat injury at 38. Okay, for powers, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see here. We got the plague line done, so let's go ahead and see what else we could get. I'm going to go ahead and get drain life, so it'll single target drain the foe's life, 1 to 4 hit points per level. They could be resisted. That's half of that. Emergency heal. You take life from one foe, give it to you. So let's go ahead and get to level 37 next. Yep, we're getting closer to finishing up the 30s. That's what we want. So from this point, if you did any EXP tricks, once again, yeah, guess what? You get to be able to do this. So let's go ahead and do treat injury. There you go. As for feats itself, let's see what we could nav now. So we did this. We did the deflection. Now let's do is improve empathy. This gives us +2 bonus to treat injury. We don't have points in awareness and persuade. Well, actually, we have a point in awareness, but still, you get the bonus points from that. One of those skills. So now we're going to do is death feel. So this is AoE lifesteal. So it'll do is take 1 to 4 I say vitality points per character level, drains them from them to you. It can resist it. If it's resisted, it's half. It's emergency heal. Now we're at level 38 for Handmaiden. So character level wise, we're doing real good. So let's go ahead and talk about unarmed specialists, the same as before we did the class change. Yeah, that was level 18. So I'll talk about that again when we get to 22. And I'll show you also again what your damage looks like. So now let's go ahead and pick another dark side power. So Force Scream does is 3 to 8 points of sonic damage, reduces your foe's attributes by 2. Now if they resist it, they take half damage, no attributes, of course, be lost if they resist. Good to have if you want to debuff someone that way too. So there you go. There's the we have all the ones there. So once again, when I do get to 22, I'll go further that, and you get more damage in fist fighting, which is good. Now we're at 39, everyone. We're close to evening up the Jedi Guardian and the Soldier class. That's what we want, and more. Put your point in the treat injury. That's very important. See here, feats. Let's go ahead and go over that. Master Empathy, you get +3 skill points bonus to awareness and treat injury. In this case, we're focusing on treat injury, so that's automatic. It's a good thing. After that, we're at to just randomly pick feats because we got all the good feats from this point on. Now, as for powers, let's see here what we could do. Improve Force Scream, that's 5 to 30 points of sonic damage. And what happens is, of course, they lose about 4 attribute points. If they resist, they take half the damage, and no attribute points gets taken away, of course, or so. Now we're at level 40. Again, every level of 4 gets yourself an attribute point. So we're getting closer to that cap, which is 50, by the way. So let's go ahead and do is this. Let's see here. Strength. Put your points in the strength. So now we have 19 strength. So let's go ahead and do this as well. Treat injury. And let's see what else we can get for force powers. Let's do a Master Force Screen that does 7 to 42 points of damage. Sonic. This is all against organics. They lose 6 attribute points. If they resist, no attribute points is lost. They take half damage. Good dark side power to abuse. This next set of levels is level 41 to 50. Last set of levels, 50 is the cap. So let's start off with character level 41, shall we? Okay, skills. Let's do treat injury. As for feats, we got all the good feats. So at this point, you can pick any feat what you want. You can pick 2-weapon fighting. You can do anything else because you got all the useful feats. You got all the armor feats. You got all the melee attack feats. You got anything else that improves your melee combat. Even some force ones as well, like force regeneration. So yeah, just randomly pick a feat. That's all I could say. Now let's see what we get for force powers. This one you gotta be careful though. So let's go ahead and check it out. Force Valor. So this does is gives you 2 extra saving throws, all of them, and of course 2 attributes, all of them. Now it's a light side power for Handmaiden. It will cost a bit more. Still, it's the only buff we'll really focus on for now. That's light side, unless I say otherwise. Now we're at, you guessed it, level 42. So this is the level I'm going to go ahead and talk about because we're going to get a new fist fighting feat. There you go. Unfortunately, no feats to talk about that. So it's treat injury. So let's go to powers. And Knight's Valor, this gives you immunity to poison, plus 3 points in attributes and saving throws. It's a good thing. And if I thankfully remember right, I think that was number 5 or so. That's 5 to 20 extra fist fighting damage for that feat. Let's see if I'm correct. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, let's go down there. It should be there. Yeah, okay, yeah, that is 6. So I was wrong. It's 6 to 24 points of damage. It's the other one I was thinking of. So 6 to 24 points of damage. Add Echani Strike. You do a lot of damage. And there's your damage with fist fighting, 17 to 47 with some okay items. So let's go ahead and level up Handmaiden once again at, you guessed it, level 43. I'll be talking about more fist fighting feats as I go along. Let's do treat injury. There you go. Let's go. Let's make sure we do that right. Yeah, make sure you do everything right, because this is the last set of levels you get to do anything basically. As for feats, pick any feats at this point because we got them all. You can pick a stealth run. You can do anything like that. She has points in stealth, so that'll be fine for her. Master Valor. This gives you 5 points in your saving throws and your attributes. Immunity to poison. It's a light side power, so it'll cost more to use, but it's good for her to buff herself up and the party. Now we'll get to level 44. So yeah, we're getting more than the Jedi Guardian. That's good news. So let's go ahead and do that. Attributes, put that into strength. So we got 44, 48 for attributes, and that's it. And this is 44. So let's go to treat injury. There you go. Let's hit that OK button. As for powers, let's go ahead and see what we could get. Let's go ahead and grab, where's this one at? Okay, wound does this. It inflicts damage, so attacker enforces his vitality 2/3 of the type of damage on the other foes. It can be resisted. If resist it, nothing happens. They'll be held, of course, just like Darth Vader choking someone down, which is good. Now we'll get to level 45. So we're finishing up the first half of the 40s. So let's go ahead and do that. As for skills, let's do is treat injury. There you go. So let's go to feats. Yeah, you have to pick any feats at this point because, yeah, you guessed it. We got all the good feats. That's a little bit disadvantage because we got so many feats. So I decided to do the weapon-focused lightsabers and such like that. And there's your unarmed specialist where we have. So now we get our boost in fist fighting damage. Now, choke does is it does the same as the other one. However, your target suffers -4 penalty to Constitution, Dex, and Strength. Unless they resist that, nothing happens. So it's like Darth Vader's choke. You hold them, they go. By the time that happens, your allies could attack the target. Now we're at level 46. So character level 46 wise. So we're getting close to closing in on Jedi Guardian 30 for Handmaiden. Now we get another unarmed specialist. I'll go into that in a bit. As for powers, we're going to go ahead and get this one, Kill. So Kill does is it's close to the attacking target's half vitality points or so. And of course, they still get penalized in their physical attributes. If they resist, nothing happens, but it's much more powerful than the other version. Just trust me. Now, let's see here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go talk about this. Unarmed Specialist 7. This does is 7 to 28 damage it adds to your fist fighting. Couple it with Echani Strike. That's it. See, there's 18 to 51 damage. Even though I have some starting out items, that'll go up every time I get better items. Now we're at level 47 for Handmaiden. So, yeah, she's really just one punching foes like crazy, or just punching them a lot until they get plaster or turn to plaster. So let's go to treat injury. As for feats, pick any feats. We already got all the good ones, so I'm gonna say screw it. Just get another lightsaber feat there. There you go. Kind of wish there was more melee feats, but beggars cannot be choosers. Okay, let's go over some more force powers. Let's see which one we want. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one here. Yeah. Where's it? Oh, I'm trying to think of it. It should be somewhere. Take your time, because you may never know. Okay, Drain Force does this. Drains 10 force points from one foe. Gives it those force points to you. If they resist, they only lose half of that. That's about it for this level. Now we're at level 48. So again, this is the last time for your every level, levels 4, I should say, you get yourself a free attribute points. So for attributes, you get his strength. What we're gonna do, yep. Let's go ahead and do that. Items will even it up. Treat injury, so it's at 50 now, so you're all golden, or actually all good. Let's go ahead and check. So improve drain forces. This it drains 20 force points from a single target, gives it to you. If they resist, you get 10 force points instead of 20. Emergency force points grab if you do need it. Now, Handmaiden is going to be level 49. We're getting close to the level 50 cap, so this is good news. So let's go ahead and pick skills. Let's see here. Treat injury. That's simple. As for feats itself, pick any feat. And that's what you're really stuck with is that point is this. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pick one randomly. And I'll do his melee weapons. As for, let's see here. Force powers. Master Force Drain, so every foe's around you, they get 30 force points total drain. If they resist, you only take half of that amount. So it's like emergency force point grab. It's a good thing. And there you go. Now we get Handmaiden to, I guess, at level 50 character level-wise, Jedi Guardian 30. So it's last time to go ahead and put your points in and such. Another Armored Strike, we'll go over that. Put points in a treat injury, hit OK. As for power, I decided to do this one. This will protect you from the person that uses force powers. Some force damage will do. So if you do get a roll, you get protected for 60 seconds. Otherwise, nothing happens. So let's talk about Unarmed Strike. So that's the previous one, 728. So this one now does is 8 to 32 extra damage. Couple it with Echani Strike, you do a lot of damage. So let's quickly check our equipment. So Handmaiden could do 20 to 56 damage, add some strength to it. That goes up big time. That's about it for Handmaiden leveling up from level 7 to 50. Next part is suggested party members. Now, when you do get max influence with Handmaiden, I think it's your wisdom modifier or will saves that adds to your defense. Forgot one of the two, so that's a nice bonus. With Dark Side Edition, she gets one extra damage. And she's a perfect fit due to the fact she could stun, then he'll do sneak attack, Baldur. Another fist fighter, so leave him in the party for crafting needs big time. Mandalore is a nice team up if you split up your team as well. Kreia is a great addition because she can lock down foes. Vis is great if you get her to the wisdom path. Handhar, he's a melee fire powerful, but that lack of armor and headgear will suffer. Now T3M4, that's more of a light side playthrough. HK47, that's a decent team up with Handmaiden. Goto, I say leave him behind unless you want to try to go to experience. So, if your character's melee, so is you, Handmaiden, and of course Kreia. If your character's more of a, I should say, Force user or a Sentinel, then it's Et and Handmaiden yourself. Or Vissa, you can't use Kreia. That's about it for suggested party members. So let's move on to equipment advice. I always have to say this disclaimer. Most of the equipment in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 are RNG, random on generation. That's either from shops, quest rewards, foe drops, or even sometimes in boxes. So for Handmaiden, we don't have to worry about weapons. Forget about that nonsense. In fact, some of your lightsabers, you could definitely donate those to the other Jedis in your party. So yeah, this build, we're going to definitely focus heavily on strength. Dexterity is a little bit second, and we're going to use robes for her. We're not going to use any Jedi armor at all. So let's go ahead and go over equipment first, and here we go. Now for implants, you want the Physical Boost D package. Just gives you +3 strength, constitution, dexterity. Requires 18 constitution use. Good thing we have that. If you cannot find any of those, go for the lower version those. Headgear, the Conscious Helmet, requires medium armor feat, which we have, +1 defense, +2 constitution. If you cannot find any others, look for ones with either dexterity, immunities, or a combination of both. The immune to critical hit ones is nice as well. As for hands, you want the Lightning Gloves. Gives you 2 to 12 electric damage when unarmed, +1 attack when unarmed. Resistance 10 slash versus electric. I'll shave off the first 10 points, of course, of damage with electric. You can't find any of those. Look for any other unarmed gloves. As for arms and shields, you want the Verpine prototype shield. Absorbs up to 70 points in the following: energy, sonic, cold, heat, and electric. Also look for the Mandalorian power shields as well for the melee versions, which they are very nice. As for belts, you want the GNS Strength Enhancer. Just gives you +4 in strength. Cannot find any other belts. Look for any other strength ones. If you're really unlucky, in other words, RNG definitely screws you, look for any resistant types. Now for robes, you want Handmaiden's own personal robe. This gives you +3 defense, +2 charisma. Go through dialogue when speaking with Handmaiden. That's simple as that. It says put on some clothes, she puts on the robes. Now for those you want upgraded with, here's the following: armor plating 2 overlay, +1 reflex saves, +4 stealth. Requires 11 repair to craft. Your main character could do that for Handmaiden. Now for the underlay, you want the environmental underlay. Gives you 30% versus cold, fire, and also resistance. Gives you 10 slash versus cold and fire as well. Requires 26 demolition to craft. Have Bayodur or and craft that for Handmaiden. Cannot find any robes like this, or you don't want to use Handmaiden ones, then go for the strength robes. There's a good strength one that gives you +2 strength and more. That's about it for equipment. Now, as always, buff before or during the lockdown phase for your characters. So we're going to do that for Handmaiden. Make sure you have someone that's a heavy force user helped out in the lockdown department as well. Once you do that, you can soften your foes with Force Lightning. After that, definitely pick a target. Use Master Flurry or Power Attack if you want to go real crazy. Critical hits as well. So you see me and Mandalore are teaming up on foes, so we're getting that extra to attack. So now we're going to go ahead and separate and just wipe out foes. See, with the extra Flurry, we do damage. With the Power Attack, we could really wreck foes like crazy. So Handmaiden is a good frontline fighter. With her Echani feats, she does a lot of damage, also with unarmed strike feats as well. I'm going to go ahead and get some final advice before I do end this build. With this build, you're going to start a little slow until you get the unarmed feats and Echani strikes, so you'll definitely get most of the, I should say, unarmed strike feats before you do a class change, you guessed it, to a Jedi Guardian. So once you're a Jedi Guardian, then of course you'll be able to get some force powers. When you get the remaining unarmed strike feats, you can do a lot of damage. Just remember, you're yourself, or better yet, a heavy force user like a, I say, Jedi Master or a Sith Lord. Lock down your targets. That'll be great. Same thing with a Jedi KotOR. So definitely remember, make sure you have strength equipment. That helps out greatly for boosting up the unarmed damage. Also, Master Flurry or Master Power Attack, they work as well against foes. Just remember, Handmaiden is very powerful in the front lines. If you do it right, she can wreck everything in sight. This is it for my Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 Handmaiden Echani Dark Side build video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching, and have a great day or night, and do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more Star Wars content just like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner, or YouTube's suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. May the Force be with you.